YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and I'm going to try my hand at building something nice to go up in over top of my toolbox in my shop. And I had a good thing going here. I made this piece with the plates on it for the switch for the fan and the fuse that screws in the front, and then this radio that came out of a 2002 Ford Windstar minivan. And I liked it because it had the CD player, tape player. Lord knows you ever have a tape, but if you do have one, you have a way to play it. So it's just an option that I was hoping to have. So I could kind of have radio, AM, FM, CD, and cassette, and pretty much cover everything that could possibly come up in today's standards. And I had it all hooked up, the fan working, and up in the over top of the toolbox, and I installed it and didn't do a video of it, and it played beautiful. Played through all 4 speakers. It's in the ceiling, and fan worked, fusible link worked, and turned it off yesterday. Come in today, it was really hot and no sound. So this idea got trashed. So then I scrapped this idea because now this radio is scrapped. And I'm not even going to attempt to fix it, because if it's an intermittent problem, you may or may not fix it, and you're just going to work yourself to death working on it. So I'd rather just do it right and be done with it. So I've decided to take the fan out of this and the radio out of this and scrap this. And then I decided that I was going to go this route. We got a piece of tread aluminum, and we got a place for our fuse to go in, so if my radio for some reason isn't working, I can just reach up, unscrew it, check the fuse. If the fuse is good, then I know I got to take the panel off. But I don't want to take the panel off and then have to check the fuse after I take the panel off, work myself to death, find out it could have been just the fuse. I could have unscrewed it and been done with it. Alright, then I got a switch for the fan, and I don't know what purpose that would ever serve, because I don't think it would ever get warm enough to worry about, but it is an enclosed area and it's sealed. So I'd like to have an option to have a fan on hot days or something like that. So where I'm at this point is I got the location of where I want to put my fan and my chrome shield. Then I'll cut this out for the fan, and then the fan and this will bolt together in the same holes. Alright, so then we're going to put the radio right here. Alright, we're going to try to center this into the center of this. And what I'm thinking is, since there's a hole right here that was in this piece of tread aluminum to begin with, it was this one and this one. I couldn't use this up that high. It was going to hit the wood that's holding this in. So I had to drop this down and drill a hole in the center of these where it's flat, so that my nut would fully seat instead of being cocked to the side on one of these little lips. So we got this piece trimmed for the fuse holder to go in, and what I had to do is come in with a Dremel tool with a grinding wheel and just kind of flatten that off a little bit to make that whole area there flat, so that you have room for threads to pop out the backside for your nut to go on. Alright, so now, then I decided to make a video, and that's where I'm at. So anyway, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out in the center and mount the radio, and then I may go up high and put my Bison sticker here somewhere. I don't know. But I just had an idea. Imagine that. So then this will go on here, and because the fan's right here, I want for the air to pull through, because remember, the box that this is going in is sealed. So if you turn the fan on after you've bolted it all together, you're just going to put a big hard draw on your fan, and it's going to work itself to death. So you want to relieve that. So you want to use that relief to your advantage. So you take, and you know your radio is going to be right here. You know your fan's going to be right here. So naturally, you're going to want your hose, your intake, to be on this side somewhere. So we're going to try to make a series of holes uniform somehow. Maybe do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we drill these out, it would just look like it was a vent, and you're utilizing the center for your switch. That'd be pretty cool. So we're going to try to design something here. Find my marker here. But you got to know where your radio is. So you want to put your radio right where you think you're going to put it. And right there would be it. Then we'll take our pencil, which I can't understand why I never have a pencil right where I want it. It ain't hooked to a protractor. This is pretty easy to clean off, so we're just going to make us a mark to mimic the radio. Alright. Then we're going to set this right there. And I believe it's raining again. That's all it ever does. Alright, we are at 2 3/8. 2 1/8. So we need to come over about 2 1/4. This should be 2 1/4. Yep. Alright, so now we're going to take and mark us the back side here on this. Alright, so there's where the radio is going to be, and that's going to be centered. So now, imagine this all working. What's going to happen is your air is going to suck through here, across this, the whole thing evenly, and out this way. So, it's just an added touch. Unfortunately, the CD player won't read the disc and shuts the thing down, so I'm just going to have AM FM. So this will be standard from then on for any radio I put in it later. See, I could have used this here, but then I would have had to make a plate for it right here. And go that way, but I found this piece and I thought, well, you know what, let me just do it in tread aluminum. So that's what we're going to do. We hope it works. The radio works, AM, FM, but the CD player don't work. So we're going to stop that at part 1 of the shop stereo unit. Bison built, of course. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Later.